My name's Serena Wilson. For years, I was invisible by design. I was the wife who handled the bills, remembered birthdays, packed lunches, smiled at charity dinners, and stayed quiet while my husband built his empire in Los Angeles. To the world, he was a self-made real estate investor. Confident, charming, always winning. To me, he was my husband of 12 years. Or at least I thought he was. We met when we had nothing. A tiny apartment. A second-hand couch. Dreams bigger than our bank account. I supported him when banks rejected him, when deals collapsed, when he came home angry and defeated. I believed in him when no one else did. By the time we moved into our hillside home, his name was on billboards. My name was nowhere. But I didn't complain. Because I trusted him. And trust was the weapon he used to destroy me. The first betrayal didn't come with shouting or lipstick stains. Came as an email. A mortgage notification for a property I had never seen tied to my name, for $2.6 million. First I thought it was a mistake. Then another letter arrived. Then another. Loans. Transfers. Deeds. All with my signature. But I never signed anything. When I asked him calmly that night, he didn't even look nervous. He smiled. He said, "It's just paperwork. You wouldn't understand." That was the first time I felt small in my own marriage. Weeks later, I found the second betrayal. A phone he forgot to lock. A name saved under a contractor. Messages filled with affection, hotel rooms, promises. An affair. While I stayed home managing his life, he was building another one, with my stolen assets funding it. Then came the humiliation. At a fundraiser, his mistress stood beside him, introduced as a business partner. Her hand resting on his arm. People looking at me like I was the extra. That night, I locked myself in the bathroom and cried so hard I couldn't breathe. I almost gave up. That night, after the fundraiser, he came home late. I was sitting on the edge of the bed, still wearing the same dress, makeup smudged, heart bruised in ways I didn't know were possible. The house was silent except for the soft hum of the refrigerator downstairs. When he walked in, he loosened his tie like nothing had happened. Like I hadn't watched him smile beside another woman while I stood there feeling erased. He didn't ask if I was okay. He didn't apologize. Instead he said, "You're overthinking everything." That sentence broke something deep inside me. I remembered the nights I stayed awake when he worked late, convincing myself his ambition was love. I remembered rubbing his shoulders when understanding the weight of success mattered more than my own exhaustion. I remembered every quiet sacrifice I made because I believed marriage meant standing together, even when it was hard. And suddenly all of it felt stolen. I asked him softly, "Do you still love me?" He sighed. Not with sadness, with irritation. That was the moment I knew I was alone. I went into the bathroom and locked the door. I slid down against the wall and cried until my chest ached. Not loud, not dramatic. Just silent tears soaking into a towel so no one would hear me break. I stared at my reflection and barely recognized the woman looking back. She looked tired, betrayed, disposable. For the first time, I questioned my own worth. I wondered how someone could share a life with you and still choose to destroy you without remorse. I wondered if loving too deeply had made me weak. I wondered if staying silent had taught him I would tolerate anything. That night, I didn't sleep beside him. I slept on the couch holding a pillow to my chest like armor, replaying every red flag I ignored. Every time I defended him. Every moment I chose peace over truth. By morning my tears were gone. In their place was something colder, quieter, resolve. Because I realized something important through that pain. He didn't just betray my trust. He underestimated my strength. And that mistake would cost him everything. But despair has a breaking point. And that night, something in me hardened. I stopped confronting him. I stopped crying in front of him. I started listening. I copied emails, downloaded contracts, photographed forged signatures. I met with a lawyer quietly, then another, then a forensic document examiner. Do you know what happens when a man thinks his wife is weak? He gets careless. He underestimated me completely. He forged my name on 7 properties. Used marital trust laws against me, moved money through shell companies, and every single move left a trail. While he laughed at dinners, I built a case. While he planned vacations with her, I planned my revenge. The lawyer looked at me one day and said, If you expose this publicly, it will end him. I nodded. That was the plan. The courtroom was packed. Reporters, investors, people who once praised him. He walked in confident, smiling, whispering to his lawyer. Then I stood up. I walked to the center of the room and held up the documents. The forged deeds, the altered signatures, the bank trails. You could hear people gasping. The judge examined the papers. The expert testified. My husband's face turned white. His mistress was asked to leave the courtroom, and then the words every betrayed woman dreams of hearing echoed through that room. Fraud, forgery, intent to deceive. He lost everything in that moment. His reputation, his company, his freedom. That image, me standing alone, holding the truth while he collapsed, became the thumbnail of his downfall. He was sentenced. The properties were returned. The affair ended in silence. I stood in front of my house at sunrise weeks later, holding the restored deed in my hands. Peace felt unfamiliar but real. I learned something important. Revenge isn't about rage. It's about justice. And sometimes the quiet woman is the most dangerous one in the room.
Before you go, if this story moved you in any way, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Revenge Uncut. Your support truly means everything to us. Don't forget to leave a comment below. We read every single one, and your words help shape this channel more than you know. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers so we can keep bringing you powerful, real, and unforgettable stories. Thank you for being part of this journey.